Her career is in the courtroom, but her passion is in the paintbrush. Chrislyn Beecher Bravo is an attorney at law by day, but she enjoys a few hours behind the canvas outside of the courtroom. How are you, Chrislyn?
I'm great.
Morning.
I'm so thankful to be here.
So I'm going to ask a question. I still can't believe it. Did you do art at all? School?
I have never done any form of art. This
Never?
is an entirely new journey to me because I got up on the 27th of April last year and just did a rudimentary sketch, and from that I have just continued. I mean, it has been a passion. It has become an obsession.
Yes.
So, I mean, I work a full day, and then I come in the evenings and I paint a full night. So it's just like a full-time 24-hour thing almost.
So what inspired this last year, Chrislyn?
Well, I tell you something. All along, I've always had a part of me that wanted to express creatively. So I wrote a novel, and I was in the middle of editing the novel, working with an editor to edit. But you know how the block, I had a serious writer's block. And during that time, I kept affirming, because I believe in the power of the subconscious mind. I'm creative and I'm able to express my creative talents in marvelous and productive ways, and I affirm that every day.
Wow.
And on the 27th, I took up the manuscript, because it's actually the manuscript of the novel, and did a rudimentary sketch. I said, oh, this looks nice. And I went out with some friends and I showed it to them, and they said, yeah, man, you did art before? I said, no. And then after that, it was just something that I started sketching, because I started with sketching. Started sketching, and I started getting a lot of feedback, because actually I'm an art collector, so I've been collecting art for over 20 years. So that may be my background towards
gave you that kind
art.
of intuition.
So I started showing like artists that I buy from and so on, and they were like, okay, wow, this is good. And it just escalated, because now I'm painting full time. So, you know, in the evenings after work.
Yeah.
So it
Let's
has
walk
really
through
been
some
a
of the
passion.
pieces, which is why I'm amazed. And I'm going to start from my extreme right.
Yes.
Talk to me about this. It has such a wonderful effect, almost like a 3D.
Right,
coming
because
off the
this
canvas.
piece is cello, and it is the first piece it is one of the first pieces that I did with a technique that allows sort of raised surface, a corded surface. So that was one of my first pieces in that arena.
Yes.
So and I say something that prior to about November 2018, I had not done more than about 2 pieces with acrylic. I've now done over 50 pieces with acrylic. So it just shows you the type of work that I put in. Is what you love? Yes, because, you know, after I started the journey, I actually got an art teacher, a private art teacher, and we'd paint on the weekends, Carl Dennis. And, you know, Carl would be encouraging me, Chrislyn, you need to get into acrylics. And I was afraid, because, you know, I was accustomed to sketching, and I'd gotten good reviews on that. And then I moved into water paint that I feel comfortable with. And he kept encouraging me. And, I mean, I did 1 piece on my own, and I was amazed by the results. And after that, I started working with acrylics. So, you know, and basically improving the techniques, getting the pieces larger and larger, because I started with small pieces with the lack of confidence. Yes. So, you know, it has been a journey.
I'm going to pull you back so that Marvin can show them this one. So talk to me about this.
Okay, this is...
not raised, but so realistic.
Yes, this is probably the second piece of acrylic painting that I did. And this piece is very special to me, because it represents the natural beauty of a black woman. You know, with, you see the cornrows and all of that. And, you know, her eyes are so intense. I mean, somebody told me, and somebody very high in the art world too, that the eyes were haunting her.
Yeah, you can almost see her
looked on
looking
it
at you.
Right, so this piece is very special to me.
I noticed
you see
in
the
both
use
pieces,
of colors.
Yeah, because I noticed in both pieces, in the background, it's kind of a splatter. So talk to me about it. It seems to be a style?
Yes, it is a style, because you want to get the colors to sort of blend in with the piece that is being featured. So the background, although you're keeping it mild, you still want it to pop the piece. So, you know, that too is also a feature.
And I realize it's a feature in all your work. We're going to head over to here. Let me, yeah. So stay with me, Chrislyn, because Cara is going to show it. So you can talk about it. They can see it from here. This is the piece that fascinates me the most.
Yes, and this actually is a signature piece, because part of what I wanted to do was to work with bright colors, you know, not just to do a portrait, and the portrait is in the skin tone and so on. I wanted to be able to work with colors that blend in with to give you the appearance of skin tone, but not necessarily
be skin tone.
So that is actually a signature of my portraits, that I try and use bright colors in the portrait.
Yeah, and again, I see the effect in the background. This is so lovely. Kristen, you're such an inspiration to people who are watching. This one's a little bit different.
Yes, and that's it, because I like variety. That's the truth. So, and I have always been fascinated with old houses, you know, because what I find is that in terms of our Jamaican culture, it is preserved in our
architecture.
Because things change, and this house that probably won't exist in a few years, but at least it's preserved in our art. And I love old houses, because this one is actually special. I never replicate the work, but I've actually done this in watercolor, and I so loved it that I decided to do it in acrylic.
This is amazing, Christine. So when are we thinking about for an exhibition?
Well, an exhibition is in the air. I'm actually having an exhibition on the 27th of April this year to celebrate my first year of this journey.
Yes.
So
and people can come and get pieces to purchase.
Yes, they can. It will be at the Grosvenor Galleries on Grosvenor Terrace, #1 Grosvenor Terrace. So please feel free to come out. It starts at 5:30 to 6 o'clock is cocktail hour, so the exhibition actually starts at 6 o'clock.
Wow. So I am so happy that you found this calling, because I can't imagine you having this talent and not having shared it.
That's just it.
With the world.
Never thought about it.
Yeah. It's something that we all can think about this morning. I mean, if you're watching and you're thinking of, and sometimes people have the talent and they think, maybe it's too late in life for me try, do it and whatever.
Never.
This is a story that should inspire you. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much for having me.
being with us. This is amazing. Chrislyn Beecher Bravo with us this morning, talking about her newfound talent, calling, passion. Please support her. We're going to take a break. We'll be right back here on Smile Jamaica.